Hey guys, what is going on? This is Carnivore5, and today I have another gameplay for you guys. This was on stream, so this is probably why you see my overlay and you'll see some notifications pop up. I've been playing most of my season's games on stream. The team we're playing is the Bananas. He has Kershaw. Pretty good team. He's got Reyes leading off. I see he has Matt Kemp in there, Hanley Ramirez, Gary Sanchez. We have a lot of similar players, and this is one of my first games of the night. You can see it's 32-14. We're 26-2. I don't really remember what his rating was. I know he had the World Series logo though. And I am pitching Luis TIant. So I actually played on stream last night and I pitched all three of my games with Luis TIant, so I'll talk about him a little bit. Opponent rips one to first base, and I actually had Fred Freeman playing first base this game and he just missed an easy ground ball. So I think, you know, that goes to show you that playing Ed Matthews at first base doesn't matter who you play there. You can have a lot of random errors over there. I don't even think those are considered errors. I think they give him hits on that, but it should be fielded. But Mike Trout makes a nice play. And you can see we are at my third baseman. That was Ed Matthews. Usually I play him at first. But you guys can see he missed the ball there. So opponent was, I'd say, pretty fortunate to get a run there. I mean, he hit him balls pretty sharply, but I still think they should have been fielded. Anyways, talk about Luis TIant a little bit as we throw a knuckler. Go ahead and get him out. But I really like this pitcher. You know, I pitched 3 games with him. I did lose one last night. It wasn't because of him. And the pitches that, you know, I left over the middle were my fault. I got to get used to pitching with him. He's got kind of a longer delivery. But at this juncture, I put Necro back in my rotation. If you guys watched my last squad update video, at this juncture, I think those guys both are top 5 pitchers. They're just so difficult to square up, especially with the game is playing post-patch. Good luck trying to square up those knucklers, and they have a lot of other tools in their arsenal. And what makes Luis TIant so great is his per-nines. They're like Clayton Kershaw. They're like 90 plus both. And this is one of our first games of Trout. He rips a single in the left field. The first game with Trout, we did not hit too well, so it was good to get him started. And then my created player hits a bomb oppo. Now, I wasn't sure if that was going to go out, but it did. So we did get rewarded there. I think I had a pretty good PCI placement. Then Dawson came up and hit a pretty much a just late single. Pretty much what Dawson does. Dawson doing Dawson things, being just late, getting hits. But I mean, I was closer to good timing really, so get a lot of hits with Dawson up the middle like that. Here, they didn't say I swung. I guess they call that a strike. And then next batter, which Cal Ripken, 3-0 count. We go ahead and take a walk. Now, I will say I usually don't struggle too much versus Kershaw. So yeah, I do score 2 runs early off him. I didn't show the end of the inning, but I took out Fred Freeman since kind of platooning, and I put in David Wright, so kind of back to my normal lineup. That's really the only difference or it's the only change that I had. You can see TIant carves up some batters there, gets a couple strikeouts, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the 3rd inning. Try to challenge him with a fastball in. You know, this guy had a pretty decent bat. I couldn't really get a feel for how he was or what he was setting on early on. Sometimes it's hard to tell with pitchers like Luis TIant, because even like good players with really quick bats, sometimes they'll still be late on the knuckler because they try to adjust and set back on it. But we redeem ourselves and get a strikeout on the very next pitch. And go ahead and go into the bottom of the 3rd here, 0-2 count versus Kershaw. We haven't had much going since the 1st. Kind of fight off another pitch, and look at that, another just late single up the middle. So Dawson is 2 for 2. At least we got something going here in the 3rd inning. Griffey comes up and hit it pretty hard at Griffey. I've been hitting a lot of balls. Like, I've been on a lot of balls lately with Griffey and Matthews. I don't know if they generate a lot of topspin or their swing, but just a lot of them die. And like, I'll hit it hard, but it'll just have a lot of topspin. So get our opponent swing and miss on a high slider there. Come back in with a knuckler. I think that was a knuckler in on the hands to Griffey. Kind of induced, you know, a just late ground ball. And we got an easy double play ball there as our as Ripken to Molitor. And then next inning we line out with Ripken. Ripken's the same way. I think it's really just a patch. I don't really think it's necessarily the players. You know why? You know, I don't know. I think it's just the combination of the patch and the new hitting engine for the year. David Wright though, I get Wright and Molitor mixed up, but Molitor gets a single up the middle. I really love his swing, and even against lefties, he doesn't have a ton of power, but I still feel like he can hit a little bit, you know, with authority. Obviously, you can see the ball better, having the opposite handedness advantage, but that at least gets us through our lineup as Necro grounds out, or not Necro, but TIant grounds out the 2nd, so we at least get to lead off the next inning with Trout. TIant's still doing pretty well here. Get another strikeout. I was mixing up my pitches pretty well. I thought for the most part TIant pitched a pretty good game. Ripken makes a nice little play. This is one thing Ripken is doing for me. He's playing awesome defense. I mean, he makes every play out there. He made some diving plays. I've still hit, for power with him consistently. It's really just the average. It's kind of like that for everyone. Here, Ed Matthews, like we hit that pretty hard, but I think it just hit off the mound and it just killed the ground ball. We didn't get to see our feedback there. Anyways, moving on to the 6th inning, we challenge our opponent with a fastball up and in. Now, keep in mind, TIant can throw a fastball up to 91, which can be very, very deceiving when you drop a knuckler in the 70s, sometimes high 60s. And as you can see here, we missed our spot. Corey Seager absolutely kills us. I mean, he's the one hitter I hate facing. It just seems like it's so much easier to hit with him compared to everybody else. I'm not sure what it is. Trout comes up next. We're trying to get I think that was another slider. We actually hung it a little bit, but I know he was looking knuckler, and he definitely swung under it, overcompensated a little bit. And then Ed Matthews doing Ed Matthew things, deep fly out. Probably not the best pitch, but Mike Trout makes a nice play at the wall. I don't know, maybe I definitely would have went out any patch before this one. Dawson comes up, rips another single up the middle, pretty much what he always does. So he's 3 for 3, having himself a nice little ball game. Kershaw, I was patient against Kershaw, and he eventually took him out. We got runners on 1st and 3rd. I basically just got 3 ground ball hits up the middle in a row, and Ripken gets a nice little RBI single up the middle. So we do add. Well, we finally take the lead 3-2, and then David Wright comes up, and this is Cishek. And actually, I keep calling him David Wright. That's Molly again. I call him Molly, and he takes a sinker kind of middle away, kind of hits it just to left of center field for a bomb. And I love that Molitor. He kind of reminds me of like Kinsler, Wright, or Corey Seager. He honestly reminds me of like a right-handed Corey Seager. He just destroys righties. He has those reverse splits, and I absolutely love him. So we are trying to keep TIant in there. Got him in the 7th. Still got a pretty good pitch count. 3-1 count. Opponent bells me out. I mean, that's just how nasty his knuckler can look. We're up 5-2 at this point by a big 3-run home run by Molitor. And I tried to go in with a fastball middle in, tied him up. So that was a really good pitch. And the next batter, Kemp, comes up. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to just, gently feather the stick and try to do a running catch. But for whatever reason, it like locked me in when I wasn't even close. I don't know. Maybe I could have took a better angle, but whatever. It's another error. Well, that's our first error, I believe. So that's going to cost us a run. But Matthews put him back over to first base. Makes a nice little play over there. We do get out of the inning. We have a 2-run lead. Necro at this point should have only allowed 2 runs, but hey, whatever. Creative player works a walk. He brought in Britton, and I had trouble hitting that sinker middle in. Matthews flies out to left. Definitely wasn't a good swing at all there. I definitely should have turned on that. And Dawson comes up. He's 3 for 3, and he's gonna rip another single to the right side of the field, and he's gonna be 4 for 4. So Dawson has been very consistent. I kind of hated on that first. Kind of get used to his swing though. He's pretty much a up the middle oppo field hitter. Griffey comes up again. He jams me with that sinker, kind of slide steps, quick pitch me a little bit, and we strand some more runners. So yeah, we have 10 hits, 5 runs. Not too bad of a ratio. Wish could got some more timely hits, but it is what it is. We go into the 8th inning, and we still have TIant pitching through a fastball above the letters there. Got him to hit a weak fly ball. Then Corey Seager comes up. We got a 2 strikes. I want to try to induce another weak fly ball. And then I thought I threw that way higher. I get good timing, but it was not high enough. I knew that would be a risky pitch, but I knew if he chased, and if I made him pitch, I would have got him out. So that went ahead and cut the deficit to 1 run. Brought Chapman in. So hopefully Chapman can close the door at least. I think that was Matthews that got that hit. Actually, I don't remember. And again, I kept trying to throw my changeup low, and I was getting good timing on it, but he kept hanging it. So that's 2 singles. So he's got 2 on, 2 out for Ken Griffey. He thought about pinch hitting, but he did not. Go the slider away. He checked his swing. So now we're gonna have a full count. We're gonna have runners going. This is a big pitch coming up for Chapman. Decided to go with a slider on the inside part of the plate, and bam, we got him looking. Huge out. Still up 5-4 at this point. He brings in Kenley Jansen, who I think is the best reliever in the game. But Cal Ripken, he kind of threw me a slider with 2 strikes, and I just naturally reacted, stayed on it, and pulled it down the line. It barely went out. I thought we squared it up pretty well. Yeah, we didn't square it up perfect, but we got, you know, enough of the PCI on it, and Cal has good power, so finally got something with Cal. David Wright kind of gets a typical David Wright hit, kind of inside out, fought it off down the first baseline. Kind of left it over the middle of the plate a little bit though, and then Molitor comes up, and this is one thing I like about Molitor. You know, this guy was indecisive, and Molly was able. I keep calling him Molly. Molly was able to run that out and get a base hit. So I mean, Molitor, man, he's a really good second baseman. I really do like him. I think he's a good bargain. Like, if you don't want to get that, he's really similar to Kinsler as well, because Kinsler has those reverse splits. We had a pass ball. We advanced our runner second, third, pinch hit Lou Brock, trying to get these runners in, just put it in play. It's 6-4 at this point, and I knew right away this was going to go foul. Good hit by Brock. He kind of has sneaky power, but I knew that was going to go foul, so I'm just trying to protect here. He's slide stepping, quick pitching me, which I'm ready for. And see, I think he does it again. Yep. Throws me a nice sinker, but I'm looking for it. He gets indecisive again, and Lou Brock makes things happen. Runs out that single. Should have just took it himself. 1-2 count again. And Trout rips a single. It stays fair. Got kind of lucky. We got Brock on first with that 99 speed. I decided to go ahead and send him, and he's going to make it. I mean, that speed kills you. And that was kind of a lucky inning, but we do score some runs, so we're up 9-4 there. And then with 2 outs, Dawson gets another hit. That's going to be in the gap, and he is going to be 5 for 5 at this point. Definitely a big insurance run. Definitely needed those because my opponent was real good. I didn't want to go in the 9th with just a 1-run lead. And then Griffey comes up, and we're not done. We're not done. He throws me up and in. I turn on it with Griffey, and I decide to just stay at third. It would have been a close play. Griffey goes ahead and takes second. So we got 2 on, a chance to add a few more runs. And then he brings in a righty. I don't even remember who this was. And Cal is all over it. But again, that top spin just hits it right at him. That would have been those would have been 2 big runs. And then I brought Rodney in to finish the game, close it out, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a huge fan of Rodney. I think I'm going to sell him. I just don't know what it is. I don't like his delivery. I think his stuff's okay. I'm not a huge fan of his slider. And I don't really, sounds kind of weird. I don't think he throws hard enough for me for the type of stuff and type of pitcher he is. I don't know. I wish he would throw a little harder. I don't think he's bad, but we do close the game out 10-4. Yeah, score was 10-4. And TIant gets his first win. So definitely a cool gameplay, I think. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have tried TIant out, I definitely think he's a top 5 pitcher. Opponent was 953, and we get 12 points. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you guys next time. This is Connell Bird 5 signing out. Peace.